With the fifth pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select
for the fourth straight season.
Miami Dolphins fan, after another disappointing season, we ask ourselves, when will we finally turn the table? Some Dolphins fan might ask, what if? What if the Miami Dolphins had drafted Justin Herbert instead of Tua Tagovailoa in the 2020 NFL Draft? We'll use the eyeball test and also some analytics and projections to explore how this decision could have changed the course of the Miami Dolphins franchise. Let's go through memory lane. It's April 23rd, 2020. The Dolphins hold the 5th overall pick and are looking for their franchise quarterback. They chose Tua, the talented but injury-prone quarterback from Alabama, passing on Oregon's Justin Herbert, who goes 6th to the Chargers. Now, in the draft process, there was some concerns about Tua's injury history. He had a dislocated hip and multiple ankle surgeries, while Herbert, he had a clean bill of health, which could have provided more stability at the quarterback position. But also their college performance, and is maybe the main reason why the Dolphins made this decision. Tua was more highly regarded coming out of college due to his performance at Alabama, where he played in a pro-style offense and won a national championship. While Herbert was seen as having a higher ceiling but with more risk due to inconsistent play at Oregon and some missing leadership qualities. Comparing their rookie seasons, Herbert threw for 4,336 yards and 31 touchdowns with a passer rating of 98.3, while Tua, who started 9 games, had 1,814 yards, 11 touchdowns, and a passer rating of 87.1. Herbert's higher yards per attempts, 7.3 versus Tua's 6.3, and a better touchdown interception ratio, indicated a more explosive and efficient quarterback. Now, while the Dolphins finished the 2020 season with a 10-6 record, narrowly missing the playoff, Tua showed flashes of brilliance, like in the Arizona Cardinals game Week 9, where he had 20 out of 28 passes thrown for 248 yards with 2 touchdowns and 0 interception with an 83.5 QBR. He did completed some beautiful throws in that game, like he did here to Matt Collins for a touchdown. But he did struggle with consistency, like he did in the season finale of that 2020 NFL season. Tua faced off against the Buffalo Bills, where the Buffalo Bills had already clinched the AFC East. In that game, the Dolphins had a win-and-in scenario to clinch the playoffs. But Tua struggled in that game, where he threw for 1 touchdown and 3 interceptions, where multiple times the Buffalo Bills defense pressured him into mistakes. What if Justin Herbert would have been playing for the Dolphins in this game, in the cold? Imagine Justin Herbert leading the Miami Dolphins offense with weapons like Devontae Parker and Mike Gesicki. Herbert's deep ball accuracy, with a deep passing completion rate of 44.4% compared to Tua's 37.8%, could have unlocked a new dimension in the Miami Dolphins playbook. Under head coach Brian Flores, the Dolphins defense was the strength, ranking 6th in points allowed per game, but they needed a more explosive offense to complement this. Justin Herbert's ability to stretch the field and sustain drives could have provided that balance for them. Considering the Dolphins' offensive line issues, with a pass blocking efficiency rating of 82.3 ranking 20, Justin Herbert faced pressure in Los Angeles but instead of failing, he excelled, showcasing a 99.4 passer rating under pressure compared to Tua's 62.7. His mobility and quick decision making would have been crucial behind Miami's less reliable offensive line. Fast forward to the 2021 season and beyond. With Herbert at the helm, the Dolphins might have been playoff contenders, possibly making deep postseason runs. Using projections based on his rookie performance, Herbert could have thrown over 4,500 yards and 35 touchdowns in Miami, significantly boosting their offensive output by taking more deep shots and creating more scoring opportunities. With Herbert, the Dolphins might have finished with a better record than their actual 9-8 finish in 2021. His ability to sustain drives and convert third downs could have translated into more wins, potentially securing a playoff spot. And no bigger example than on January 2nd, 2022, when the Dolphins faced the Tennessee Titans in Week 17. The Dolphins were fighting to keep their playoff hopes alive, but unfortunately, this game showcased some of the challenges Tua encountered. He completed just 18 of his 38 pass attempts for 205 yards with no touchdowns and one interception. His passer rating for the game was a mere 53.1. The Dolphins were shut out in the second half, ultimately losing 34-3. That game, the Dolphins' offense was stymied, and Tua's inability to execute under the pressure was a huge factor. His performance in this game underscored the limitations that Miami faced with him at quarterback. Entering his third year and beyond, Herbert would have had a firm grasp of the Dolphins' offensive system. His chemistry with receivers like recently acquired Tyreek Hill, Mike Gesicki, and emerging talents like Jalen Waddle, the Dolphins would have flourished. His familiarity with the playbook and established rapport with teammates would have been at an all-time high. Recognizing Herbert's talents, the Dolphins front office might have improved the offensive line by giving priority by improving the offensive line in the offseason, further enhancing his protection and performance. The running game would likely also see a boost, providing a balanced offensive attack. With weapons like Raheem Mostert and Devon Achane, this balance could have opened more opportunities for Herbert in the passing game. With a solidified offense and a top-tier quarterback, the Dolphins would likely be strong playoff contenders, possibly even challenging for the AFC East title against teams like the Buffalo Bills. Pure example was this past Week 18 versus the Buffalo Bills for a chance at the division. In January 7, 2024, the Dolphins faced the Buffalo Bills in a must-win game to secure a playoff spot, including the division. Unfortunately, this game showcased some significant challenge for Tua. He completed 21 of his 35 pass attempts for 236 yards with 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions, finishing with a passer rating of 68.9. Now let's look into the key moments that highlighted his struggles. Early in that game, Tua struggled with consistency. On the Dolphins' first offensive drive, he missed several passes, as you can see here, to open receivers, forcing Miami to punt. But then as we continued through the second quarter, Tua threw a costly interceptions while targeting Tyreek Hill deep downfield. The Bills cornerback read the play perfectly and picked off the pass, giving the Buffalo Bills excellent field position. This turnover halted a promising drive and shifted momentum in favor of the Bills, who capitalized with a touchdown on the ensuing possession. With the game on the line, and this was the main moment in the fourth quarter, Tua threw another interception, this time while attempting an outside slant to Tyreek Hill. Miscommunication and pressure from the Bills defense led to a turnover, which effectively ended Miami comeback hopes. This second interception was a critical error as it gave the Bills control of the game. Tua's struggles under pressure and decision making were exposed on these high-stake moments. Now looking ahead, Herbert could have led the Dolphins to multiple playoff appearances and possible a Super Bowl run. His elite talent combined with a well-rounded team would have positioned the Dolphins as perennial contenders in the AFC. The draft is a game of predictions and gambles. The Dolphins bet on Tua's potential, and while he's shown promise, Herbert's early success made this an intriguing what-if scenario. Analytically, Justin Herbert's higher ceiling and immediate impact suggests he might have been the superior choice. In the end, the NFL draft is a full of what if. The Dolphins' choice of Tua over Herbert will be debated for years. What do you think? Would Justin Herbert have changed the Dolphins' destiny? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more NFL what if scenarios with the Two vs. Brother podcast. Comment below with your thoughts on this fascinating alternate reality. See you next time.